Hey, morning. So, this was on my mind this morning. People got to communicate. And if they can agree that we need to communicate as a people on the planet, then they can look inside themselves and they can find the places where they lack the ability to communicate with others. Everybody's got a different subject, or everybody's got a different trigger or a different thing in their mind that they are not able to really easily talk about with people because it becomes emotional, or it becomes I don't know. People have business issues, people have love issues, they have all kinds of family issues, and so one subject could come up with a kind of connected to all three of those or even more problems, and they have an issue talking about it. But to the extent that we can talk about things with each other, we're going to really become futuristic. As a human race, as people beyond being human, people become futuristic and people become more intelligent by being able to talk about things. And because talking about things reflects a perspective, you can see why the perspective is actually what's really being revealed. It's not exactly the talking, because people will talk for years and years and years and nothing ever gets done because they've kind of focused on the talking. But the talking isn't exactly what we're looking for, because if we can see the talking is causing some kind of positive result, we have to analyze and say, is it the talking itself? No, it's not actually. Is that the talking reveals our perspective, it reveals the perspective of others, and then we have to compare and we have to weigh those perspectives. And weighing perspectives on scales is what you call philosophy. And so we have the root cause, basically, of our suffering or our enjoyment is our philosophy. And people say, I don't have a philosophy, but that's bullshit. You do have a philosophy. Just saying you don't have a philosophy is your philosophy, that philosophies are invalid. And you show by your example that you don't care about philosophies. That's a philosophy. And if you do have philosophies, you can't think that your philosophy is very strong if you can't speak about it with others. A philosophy is only going to be valid if it can somehow be communicated, because somehow it was communicated to you, either by life or by another person, and you got it. So essentially, what people got to do is start talking philosophy. What are we thinking about? Now, granted, this is great. This is something that everyone would love to do if they can come to this realization. But then you'll also see that people that have had positions of power for many years, they also realize this is something that needs to be avoided and suppressed and kept from you. And so it isn't a coincidence. There's a very strong culture, almost intrinsically embedded in this reality, keeping people away from this conversation. So I urge you today, please think about the things you can't talk about. Think about philosophy. What is your philosophy? And talk about it with others as thick-skinned as you can.